Hey friend, welcome to the Bible Tract Echoes radio broadcast. I'm Michael McCurry, your host. Right off the bat, I've got to explain the ambiance, explain the setting, the background for this week of broadcasts. You see, here as we're neck deep into the winter season and things begin to get a little chilled and cold, I've taken a few days away with my family and we are having the opportunity to spend some time together. And I highly recommend it for you and your family as well. But those of you that are listening right now may be able to hear just the tiniest bit of background noise, a low hum in the background of children playing and having a grand time. I have insulated and separated myself just a little bit. I bit the bullet because right now I'm speaking to you from the back deck of this Airbnb. We are spending a little bit of time out of state and just having a grand time together. It's a lot of fun. Actually, not too long ago, had the chance to take the kids on a little tour of a fish hatchery. They have brown trout and rainbow trout and all that in this area of the country, and just having a great time with the kids. The kids enjoyed feeding the fish, but all that to say, you may be able to hear a little bit of road noise if you listen very, very intently. You may hear children in the background, but I would recommend to you, if you have the opportunity at some point this week, to pop over to the video version of this broadcast on YouTube or Facebook. Just search for Bible Tracts Inc. or Bible Tract Echoes, because you'll be able to see the setting from which I'm talking to you right now. I would call it beautiful. I'm on the back deck. It's a little chilly. It's a little cold. I'm bundled up in my coat, speaking into this microphone right now. But behind me is a beautiful lake view. We're probably, 300 or 400 feet up from the lake. But you can look out over. And it's just a beautiful setting, and I think a beautiful setting for this week of the Bible Tract Echoes. I'd like to thank you for taking your time here. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving week. I hope you get to spend some time with family. I hope you ate a bunch. I hope you just had a food coma of an experience over Thursday and the leftovers on Friday. You might still be making turkey sandwiches to take to work with you today. I'm not sure, but I'm so thankful for the opportunity to speak to you today. Again, my name is Michael McCurry, and this radio broadcast has been in the air since 1957, 1958, was founded by Dr. Paul Levine, the founder of our ministry, Bible Tracts Incorporated. We're so very fortunate. We're so very blessed. We are so very blessed by the fact that we have a good legacy here at Bible Tracts Incorporated. I'm looking forward to what we have to talk about, because as much time, and rightfully so, as we spend here at BTI talking about the past. I mean, if you forget your past, you'll be bound to repeat it. And there are things about our past as a country, as a nation, as people that we probably should not repeat. But there are some things that we can look back on with joy, some legacy that we can look back on with great, what's the word I'm looking for? Respect, with honor for the legacy that God has given us. I'm looking forward to talking about the past a little bit today, but today on the broadcast, we're going to introduce a topic that may run a couple of days, may run for this week. We're talking about the topic, the theme this week, never satisfied. Never satisfied. But we are actually, I know you probably immediately jump and think that's a negative connotation with which I say that, but actually we're going to put a positive spin on that topic of never satisfied. I'd ask you to join me in your Bibles. Let's look at the book of Psalms, chapter 61, Psalm 61. As you turn there, let me tell you about some tracts that I have in my pocket. I'm not in the studio. I'm not in my office. I'm not in the office today, and so I'm not near the massive racks of tracts that we normally have at Bible Tracts Incorporated. The only tracts I have with me are the tracts I brought with me. And so today, I'm going to tell you about a gospel tract that I've been carrying on my person just about every day for the last couple of months. You've probably heard about it before, but I want to tell you about an opportunity I had to use it not too long ago. I told you we went to a fish hatchery, had a great time with the kids. It was a little cold, but watching those fish fish jump all over themselves trying to get to that food. My daughter said, can we go back to another one? Can we go to another fish hatchery? She had a good time with that. But then we took a tour of a dam. We had the opportunity to go and see an Army Corps of Engineers dam. It was absolutely amazing, the monstrosity of construction that this was, and to see how they, by human effort and the ingenuity that God gives, put together this amazing structure. And I was talking to the gentleman at the front desk. I got to talk to him about the Army Corps of Engineers. Of course, my father was in the Army and had the opportunity to work alongside some Corps of Engineers gentlemen and women for many years. As a logistician, he was in the Army. Got to talk to that gentleman, but then I got to give him a gospel tract. I've got my tract wallet right here. Gave him a gospel tract called The Warrior. Now, you may have heard of this gospel tract. If you haven't, I had the opportunity a few months ago to co-write this gospel tract with a friend of mine named Matt Pearson. Matt Pearson is actually on our staff here at Bible Tracts Incorporated. Some of you, if you've called in on the phones, maybe you've actually talked to him in the recent past. Matt Pearson is a good man, a solid Christian man. He is, I can't say was, I learned that lesson. He is a Marine, retired Marine. He was in the Marine Corps for over 20 years, and we're so privileged to have him on our staff. But even before he came on staff, he and I had the opportunity to work together on this gospel tract, and it turned into something called The Warrior. This gospel tract right here takes the story of David in the Bible and talks through the Psalms and through some of David's struggles with what today might even be called PTSD, and explains how you and I and the warriors, the EMTs, the doctors, the law enforcement officers, the firemen, the warriors, the soldiers, Marines, airmen, the sailors, how they can have true peace through God. And this gospel tract right here, along with all of our other gospel tracts, can be ordered today for free at BibleTractsInc.org. Again, that's BibleTractsInc.org. Let me encourage you to go there if you wouldn't mind. And if you've never interacted with our ministry before, then let me encourage you to go to BibleTractsInc.org and get a sample booklet. It contains a sampling of some of our gospel tracts and also information about our ministry as a whole. I think that gospel tract would help you today if you're interested in learning more about Bible Tracts Incorporated. Now, we are in the book of Psalms, chapter 61. We're going to jump in here. I'm going to start with a quote from an old hero of the faith named Dwight L. Moody, D.L. Moody. You may have heard of him before. Here's what he says. Church attendance is as vital to a disciple as a transfusion of rich, healthy blood to a sick man. I'll say it again. Church attendance is as vital to a disciple as a transfusion of rich, healthy blood to a sick man. I believe D.L. Moody was on to something with this quote. I'm asking you right now, this is not the point of the message, but it was in my notes here and I couldn't get away from it. Are you satisfied with your church attendance? Are you satisfied with what you're getting out of your church attendance? I'm not asking you if your pastor's a good preacher. I'm asking, are you satisfied with your church attendance? Do you go with a good spirit? Are you satisfied? We should never be satisfied. And we're going to look at today, not specifically church attendance, but I had that quote in front of me. And let me encourage you, I actually had another person today reach out to me asking for a good church to attend. And so let me tell you, once again, I'm gonna continue. This is gonna be a theme probably through the end of the year. I want to get you into a good Bible-believing church. And so if you don't have a church that you attend, that you're confident preaches the gospel of Jesus Christ, would you reach out to me? I have friends all over the country. Got to set up a couple of folks just this past week with some good local churches in their area. I'd love to hear from you. If you need help finding a good church, no matter where it's at, even if it's outside of the country, I'd love to help you with that. Here we go today. I have another quote for you. Ingvar Kamprad says this: "The most dangerous poison is the feeling of achievement. The antidote is to every evening think what can be done better tomorrow." I'll say that again. The most dangerous poison is the feeling of achievement. The antidote is to every evening think, what can be done better tomorrow? Well, this goes right along with our theme and our thought, never satisfied. Here's what I'd like you to do. I would like you, as a result of what you hear today and tomorrow, maybe even into Wednesday, I'd like you to never be satisfied. I'd like you to never be satisfied. Hold on, you say. I thought we were supposed to be content. Well, you must understand the line between content and complacent, is oh so very thin. It's funny. We have no problem being satisfied with what God is doing in our lives spiritually, but we always want more physically and financially. We're happy with how much God moves in our heart, but we want more money. We are content with our prayer life, but we want a promotion at work. We want more friends, but we think we are friendly enough. Our Bible reading is okay, but we want a bigger office. The singular thought today and this week is this: never satisfied. I've got just 3 simple thoughts. We have time to really introduce the first one today. 3 simple thoughts I'd like you to take with you. Number 1, aim higher. Psalm 61, 1 and 2 says this: O God, attend unto my prayer. From the end of the earth will I cry unto thee. When my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. Your attitude, I heard a long time ago, your attitude determines your altitude. I know of many people that want to rise above themselves, want to rise above strife, above situations, but their attitude ties them to the ground. I hope today you want to soar, that you want to fly, that you want to be closer to God. If you would let go of your sour attitude, you just might do so. Today on the broadcast and this week, I'm going to ask you, are you satisfied with how close to God you are? Would you aim higher? Tomorrow, we're going to continue this thought of never satisfied. I appreciate you joining us today. I told you earlier this month that each day of November, I was going to share one item that I was thankful for each day. And I've realized just now that I have not yet done so. And so let me say, I'm thankful for time spent with family. The opportunity to sit there and just spend a little time with Lucy and with Emmy and with Rebecca. I did hear from many of you that you'd like to hear my wife on the radio broadcast. We'll try to make that happen sometime soon. I have not yet forgotten. But I'm thankful for time spent with family. I hope you are as well. This time away this week has been such a great time. The idyllic scenery, the beauty of God's creation. I see in the camera lens that there's a bird flying behind me. I don't know if it's shown up on the camera or not, but just absolutely beautiful. I'm thankful for time with family. I'm thankful for you as well. I hope that you join us tomorrow on the radio broadcast. I greatly appreciate your investment of time to join me on Bible Tract Echoes. My prayer, as always, is this: that you have a great day for His glory. We'll talk to you tomorrow. God bless.